This has to be one of the most insane probabilities we've ever heard in gaming thus far in 2024. That is, Elden Ring parent company Kadokawa is rumored to be in talks of a purchase from Sony. The ramifications of this are huge. There's of course the anime aspects, which seem to be the biggest draw here, but of course you all are here for the gaming ramifications. Well, there's one in particular that, despite my personal apprehension of this deal altogether, it makes me ecstatic to see fanboys squirm at the possibility of this happening. What's that? Well, none other than those who cherish the APK deal and Microsoft buying everything under the sun. Now they're hitting the internet and they're decrying this deal. They're crying foul. Do they have a good point this time around, or is this hypocrisy at its finest? We'll tackle all this on the next installment of the Spill, our gaming hot topic video series. Buckle up and get ready for a good one. Let's go. What's up, people? It's your boy MM2K of Hard Knock Digital Culture, Cloud Gaming, and MM2K Gaming, back again with another episode of The Spill. This is where we talk about the latest and greatest in the video gaming news. And boy, excuse me, I'm so excited I can't even talk about this one. We got a good one for you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, rock those bells, notifications, please, so you know when we're dropping these doses. All right. So before we get into any of this and the irony here, which is so hilarious, before we get into all that, I first want to read you the story, and this comes to us courtesy of our good friends at Inside Gaming. It says Sony in talks to buy FromSoftware's parent company, report claims. In an exclusive report published by Reuters, it's claimed that Sony is in talks to purchase Kadokawa, the corporation that owns the majority of FromSoftware, the developer of Elden Ring. It was claimed that in the report that Sony wants to acquire the media powerhouse and that a deal could be signed in the coming weeks. Now, despite the claims being corroborated by two trusted sources close to Reuters and the deal, both Sony and Kadokawa have declined to comment. So, yeah, man, there are huge implications here. I think implications that a lot of people just don't realize. I mean, like I said before, there are those things on the anime front. And I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a lot of people that are liking the Sony acquisition of Crunchyroll. I not so much so, and that's because the way I consume anime content on Crunchyroll, it was just straightforward. Comes out, available that day. Okay, cool. Let me go watch my favorite anime shows, and then I go about my business. And there's only select animes I like. My price significantly went up. Like, what the crap? And then I can't remember the name of the subservice. They had another subservice that was tied to Crunchyroll, where I didn't even watch Crunchyroll. I didn't go through their app. They had like another application. It was called Viz or Vid. I can't remember. Oh man. If you guys remember, put it in the chat. Their service was better because no matter where you watched the Crunchyroll animes on that app, it automatically puts you in 4K. Just the user interface was better. So I'm not a big fan of the acquisition. A lot of people are, you know what I mean? So that's why I have my apprehension of what's going to happen here. That being said, the gaming stuff is what's tickling me pink. All right, so want you guys and gals to check this out. So here, let me go to the right clip and let's show this right here. Okay. So this is one of the tweets that I put out here after this was announced. Gamatsu was one of the first places that put this out here. I said, for the record, I don't want this to happen. Consolidation is horrible for the longevity of gaming and the future innovation towards great games. That said, you hypocrites calling foul now, but were excited when Xbox was postured to buy everything under the sun. Y'all be quiet. And I also followed it up with this because it hit me with this as soon as I sent that tweet. I said, for all you fanboys that cheered on consolidation across the street but are salty about this, the irony is if this deal is signed right before the Game Awards, the shadow of the entry wins Game of the Year. So like for all of you fanboys that are like, oh yeah, we're happy that Elden Ring, DLC is up there, because you figured that it would take away from Final Fantasy VII Remake or Rebirth, and Astrobot being up there, it has a higher meta, I believe, a Metacritic, so that would pull away from Sony not winning Game of the Year, and that would be some pseudo victory for you Neo Xbox fans. The irony is if this deal happens and it closes before the Game Awards, not only did your beloved Hellblade hardly get recognized for anything, not only did you not have anything nominated for Game of the Year again for like the 10th year in a row, but now your de facto monkey wrench, which would have been DLC, that now was going to belong to Sony. Like, you just can't win. you PlayStation haters and you Neo Xbox fanboys. All right. So I do find that hilarious, but I have my apprehensions about this deal because I don't like consolidation. It does ruin games, and that's because you got to get rid of employees. There's synergies, and there's just positions eliminated and cannibalized by consolidation. Because of redundancies, and those people that are let go, a lot of them now, because there's so many of these happening as of late, on top of the layoffs, these people will never get a position in gaming again, unless there's like some crazy gaming boom decades down the road, which probably won't happen, or by the time that happens, these people would have moved on with their careers. We would have lost the best of their talents. But here's the thing that I want people to consider. The problem is that, and you're hearing me use this new term, Neo Xbox fans. These Neo Xbox fans, there's a clip from one of the content creators I listen to routinely, Reforce Gaming, shout out to them, where he says, you guys hammered me and jumped on me because I was critical of Xbox, saying that I wanted Xbox to die. And it wasn't me that wanted Xbox to die. I just wanted Xbox to get better. You guys wanted Xbox to die. Why? Because you wanted the Xbox that we knew that made the platform popular. You wanted that to go away for the sake of cheap gaming, right? Just so you can pay a couple of dollars and play Call of Duty and Game Pass, right? That whole mantra goes against everything that Xbox was about and everything that made Xbox a juggernaut in gaming, that made Xbox revolutionize gaming. If we had Phil Spencer in charge back then, all of the stuff that we're seeing with Xbox, it would have executed. It would have never been executed in a proper fashion, let alone even existed. Xbox right now is all about bargain gaming, and they're taking favorite IPs and reducing them down to that. And it's all about throwing stuff in the Game Pass. That's why you have developers that are like antsy about why are we even supporting this platform? Because Microsoft is trying to make it all about bundled subscription gaming, but not quality gaming. We got another video forthcoming where, because you Neo Xbox gamers, you don't understand this dynamic. You don't understand how this affected your marketplace. And that's why Xbox is losing. You have a horrible marketplace. You may make some one-off games now that you bought that people care about, but collectively, those roles as a publisher will never match the roles of a marketplace. That's why you can look at the biggest publisher, which at the time was ABK. They were nowhere near the biggest marketplace out there. Shout out to Porter Rock. He said in one of his videos, there's a reason why Valve via Steam is making more money than they ever did making games. Because marketplaces are bigger than publishers as far as generating money. Period. And that's why you see Nintendo not compromising its marketplace and putting its stuff out there day and date and throwing everything day and date into a subscription service and putting it everywhere, because they know that their money is in the marketplace. That's why even though Sony's doing some things that, you know, make you itch a little bit, that's why they haven't gone full Microsoft and put everything day and date and all other stuff, because they know they cannot compromise the marketplace, their marketplace, which is a dominant one. Microsoft has compromised their marketplace with Game Pass, with their approach to Game Pass, and their purchase of ABK has now, you know, twisted the platform in a way that a lot of their core fans are not happy about. You guys asked for this. We even still got content creators that are still sitting there saying, "Oh, I hope you take 2K or take two. Hope you buy Sega." It's okay until the rabbit has the gun, right? Now that Sony could be acquiring FromSoftware, anything's on the table, because we know how Sony operates. Maybe the first year or so, if this does go through, maybe the first year or so, you still will enjoy FromSoft games. But you got to remember, the original FromSoft games, I believe, I think they had a game before the Demon Souls game. I believe those were all on PlayStation. So FromSoft made its name on PlayStation, not even being on Xbox. It wasn't until years later that they, you know, finally made their way to Xbox. So that's a relationship. You know, Sony already has a, you know, significant amount of money invested in them. I want to show you guys something else. This was something that I pulled up on the internet. Shout out to the homie Steady Flow, aka Kevin Bush. He retweeted this. This was something that happened in February of this year. Or no, it could have happened. I don't know, to be honest with you. This tweet is from February, but it appears that Sony FromSoftware acquires Elden Ring IP from Bandai Namco with Sony PlayStation backing. So Sony helped them back in February, the latest, it sounds, of 2024, helped them get Elden Ring back. Sony was invested in that. We know Sony. Sony's about making money, of course, but you know, Sony, when it comes to gaming, they're marketplace oriented first. So no telling if that was a precursor of what we're seeing today or not. So look, for full transparency, I hope this deal doesn't go through. I'm gonna be honest with you. You know, I hope it doesn't go through. I'm not a big fan of consolidation, and consolidation, as I explained in my tweets, is bad for consumers. I also don't like Sony having a monopoly in the anime streaming market. Like I said, me as a customer, I've already seen a significant price hike and reduction of my services, not in my favor. That said, watching you Neo Xbox fanboys and you Sony hating fanboys squirm and F around and find out is very amusing to me. And let me be honest with you, opposite of the anime stuff, I'm not a big FromSoft fan, so whatever surmises from this deal on that front wouldn't affect me too much. The biggest takeaway is, for these Sony haters and Neo Xbox fans, be careful what you wish for. Oh, and that includes ABK, by the way. That's it from your boy. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below, because like I always say, here's what I think. But if you did like what I had to say, check out the links below to follow me. They will lead you to Hard Knock Digital Culture, Cloud Dosage, and MM2K Gaming. With that said, peace. Have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. This I'm sorry. What's up, everybody? Oh my God. Look, tomorrow the live member shows are coming back. This is why you want to be a member, because the shit that Cold Blood and I can't say publicly, we can say under the members thing because of how YouTube operates and all this little goofy shit that they do. Oh, the conversation we just had about Xbox. Oh my God, I can't stop laughing. I gotta compose myself, Cold Blood. See, why you keep fucking with me, man? We gotta do the show. Oh my God. Oh, this is why you need to become a member. I swear to God, I'm not trying to e-bag. I'm serious. I wish I could. We were just saying, we were just deliberating, should we go public with this? But then I was like, nah, because YouTube is ultra sensitive like that. And oh my God, yeah. But we're gonna talk about this tomorrow on the member stream. What's up, everybody? Hold on, Coldblood, I can't. You gotta take the wheel. I can't do it. Hold on. I think I can. All right. What's up, everybody? I'm MM2K. This is Coldblood. Coldblood, how you doing, man?
Awesome.
Oh shoot. Good, man. That's good. Look, we gotta. I'm like coughing up blood and shit now. We got a great show for y'all today, man. I promise we do. I don't know why that made me laugh so much. Well, the imagery that we were talking about, it was hilarious. But here's what I'm gonna say. We'll share a little bit of it with y'all. There was a tweet that was sent by Jeff Keighley in the Game Awards, right? And I just found this so fucking hilarious, bro. Here it goes right here. It says, congratulations to Xbox and Phil Spencer on all your nominations at the Game Awards. It is like, it's like we got to give you a participation trophy and shit. You guys showed up and you got best sound, you know what I'm saying? And best extra button for this game. And I get like, this is so pathetic. And to me, and I don't even think Phil Spencer realized this. To me, this is an underhanded comment to say, yeah, I mean, at least you guys showed up at some capacity, for one. And for two, yeah, you pathetic Xbox fanboys, like, okay, we awarded them some awards. Like, they're going to win something. You know what I'm saying? Or they've been nominated for something. Like, get the hell off our backs as we go celebrate the real games. And what makes this even worse for me, Cold Blood, the participation trophy aspect of it, is that they didn't do this for Sony. They didn't do this for anybody else. They did it specifically for PlayStation. I mean, for Xbox. I don't know. What do you think about this? Remember, we don't want to get banned.
I can't just say my mental image of what
you can't.
When I read this though.
Nah, we'll do that. We'll do that with the members. Bro, pathetic.
All I'm gonna say is helmet. I don't need to say more than that, bro.
Oh, this is horrible, bro. Damn, this is what Xbox has been reduced to?
Yep.
Holy
Absolutely.
fuck. I know this guy isn't your favorite, Cold Blood, and that's fine.
What, Paris?
No,
I hate Paris.
No, I don't even want to talk about that dude. That dude he's twerking it up for Xbox. He got the booty shorts on and everything. I don't want to all this false positivity. Don't worry about it. It's going to be okay. It's all right. I mean, whatever direction they go in. And shout out for Persona for calling him out. And he did it in a very cordial way. He's like, bro, you putting this shit out here and we don't even pay it no attention. We don't take it seriously because, whichever way they go, you try to justify it. Like, stop it. I don't even want to talk about that dude. He tried to grift and navigate here in like the crumb side a little bit, to try to deal with all the attacks he was getting, to say, hey, look, I'm not that bad or whatever. This whole positivity peddling that he and others around him try to do, if there's an audience for it, fine, go gobble that up. I ain't got no time for him. No, Reforge. I know you're not the biggest Reforge guy. I know, that it is what it is. But that clip that he put out there about
I don't agree with Reforge at all. It doesn't matter what you say. I don't like that guy.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, like him or not, that clip that he put out there today about it was Xbox gamers that killed Xbox, 1,000% right. Their desire for cheap bargain bin welfare food stamp card gaming is what killed Xbox. Y'all kept championing that.
He's just repeating what Z was telling everybody from the beginning.
No. I mean, no. Z's message was Phil was a slick talker. That was Z's message. Z had a very poignant message.
But he immediately realized why the fuck that is.
What do you mean?
It's all these bots, bro. They've been licking his fucking ass forever. That's why. He told him many times, you filthy bots, bro.
Yeah. But no, this is a separate message. This is you motherfuckers hated on PlayStation. You motherfuckers praised Xbox. Y'all all did it because Xbox had promised you cheap gaming. And look what cheap gaming is giving you. And all of you guys that were sitting there hating on us, that were like, look, we want quality gaming and we understand we got to pay for it. And you were trying to demonize us. You are at the center of Xbox being trash. Even though Phil Spencer was in charge, it was you co-signing on cheap gaming that led to this moment. And I call them the Neo Xbots. The Neo Xbots, yes. It was a combination of Z sniffed it out from the very beginning. He sniffed out Phil Spencer being incompetent, even before I realized it. Like, he sniffed it out. That's one part of it. The other part of it is the consumer base was like, oh man, we're gonna get all this top gaming. Halo Infinite is gonna be a 20 out of 10, and we're only gonna get it for $1 on a Kellogg box. Y'all had this belief system that you were gonna get welfare, you were gonna get steaks and potatoes out of this welfare gaming, and you just got welfare gaming. So, deal with it. We got Ice Queen Gaming in the house. What's up? Says if this deal goes through or not, but who knows what will happen in the next few weeks or so. Yeah, I don't know. I just, the state of Xbox is just pathetic. Not only is it the leadership, it's the consumer base. Yeah, I'm coming after y'all. I am. You guys are pathetic. And especially the newer ones. Here's why the newer ones are pathetic. Yeah, you did want cheap gaming. You did want it. Not understand. You came into this culture where people like Cold Blood and I know this is going to sound like the old men shaking their fists at the window, but I've been doing it for a while. Cold Blood, has been gaming for a while too. A lot of you been gaming for a while. You know what I mean? So we understand what gaming was from generations. I can go all the way back to the fucking 80s. We understand what makes gaming work for generations. then you knew motherfuckers coming here. And you're like, you don't respect the culture. You don't understand the culture for one, and you don't respect it for two. So you want all this welfare pudding pot, give me 6 months of Game Pass on a, pretzel box gaming. Not understanding that if you don't focus on quality, you don't focus on quality staffing, you don't focus on quality ideas and innovative ideas that actually work, that just don't sound good in the presentation. If you don't focus beyond that, that is going to collapse gaming. And then gaming just become a money hustle. You see Embracer buying shit up. They're doing that because they see Microsoft doing it. And then now what you're seeing, what's being rumored today, you saying hypocrites that just a week ago was like, yeah, I hope you buy Take-Two. I hope you get Sega. You're fucking quiet today. You're mute. You're mute. Yeah. Our problem is you. You know what I'm saying? I'm calling it out. I don't give a fuck. Our problem is you. Those of you that have infiltrated the mainstream and just wanted a group to belong to, right? And was like, oh, okay, for 30 cents a month, I can get this Game Pass thing, pretend like I'm gaming, and then be part of these gaming discussions because I can't belong anywhere else. People like Coldblood, he hasn't been gaming as long as I have, but he's been gaming, for a very long time. For decades as well, since the PlayStation 1. That's why Final Fantasy Rebirth and Remake were real pivotal games for him. A lot of you that are listening to us, y'all didn't just come into this like in 2020 where a lot of these motherfuckers
wait, Moss. No, I was playing on the NES, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay.
I had that shit, and I had a Sega too.
Yeah. I don't know, bro. I mean, that's the problem. It's too many people into this, bro, that don't respect the culture. And then they look at us and they're like, oh, you're not being inclusive, or you're not. No, like, there are just certain things that make things great. There's just certain things that, you know what I'm saying? And there are just certain things that are about certain things that are not malleable. They're not they're not dynamic. They're static. There are certain things you just don't fuck with that are foundational. And you new gamers have come in here and you fucked up the foundational shit in gaming. Like, it's all cold blood. We know this. It's always been about you having great exclusives for your hardware, and that then builds your marketplace. And that's how you win the day. It's always been like that. Now, granted, we can take a look at the Xbox 360 that did a bunch of multimedia shit, but they never strayed away from the great games. The great games were always first. Great games, great hardware. Oh, okay. And then last was this other shit that we want to do. That's always been the core. So even if you want to do cloud gaming with it, which I'm a huge proponent for, things have to happen in time and order. If you can't handle the tried and true console gaming, I sure as hell don't believe that you can do the cloud gaming. You can't even do the easier thing. Cloud gaming is a lot more trickier and difficult. You are the richest company in the world, you only play musical chairs with NVIDIA now. Look at NVIDIA's cloud service versus yours. It's night and day. It shouldn't be like that. I would expect fucking Boosteroid to perform like xCloud. You know what I'm saying? Boosteroid? Coming out of war-torn Ukraine, Boosteroid. has a better cloud service as far as performance, latency, all that shit than you, the richest company in the world. What are we doing here? What are we even doing? So, state of Xbox is extremely pathetic. And yeah, as much as I am not a huge fan of consolidation, I'm not upset to see you fanboy squirm. I think it's funny. I think it's hilarious. Cold Blood. I know before we get into the show, you had a special message for somebody. Did you still want to put that message out there? You want to wait, or what's the deal? What you want to do, good brother?
Is he in the chat?
No, I ain't seen no good brother. He's lurking. He's there. He's here. He's listening. Trust me, he's listening. Our good brother. We love you, brother, but you don't have to get this work today.
Corey, I apologize for my ignorance. I that I can't what do you call it?
Can't use your eyes properly, I guess.
Yeah, my own two eyes failed me. It's actually fucking worse than I even thought it is. Bruh, just show him. Like, what the fuck?
Oh god.
Show him, Moss.
Oh,
what's going on, actually?
Oh yeah.
No,
so,
but I did, right?
Yeah, you did. You sent me the. So here's what Cold Blood's talking about. Yesterday on our show, we closed out talking about Silent Hill 2, some of these other games that on the PlayStation 5 Pro, for whatever reason, they're performing worse than the base PlayStation 5. And our good friend Corey Massey, that normally shows up and support the platform, he's like the Hogue Law for the PlayStation community. How Hogue Law was out there talking stupid today. I hope Sony doesn't bankrupt themselves. And shout out to King Thrash. He said, dude, you must just be a tricycle lawyer, a tricycle accident lawyer or something like that. Like, what are you talking about? Corey is the reciprocal of that. He just does it for PlayStation for whatever reason. Like, you can't say nothing negative about PlayStation around Corey. He will come up with some cockamamie shit and will fight you to the end. And he's a smart dude. And I do this with my kids. I hate when my kids, with the intelligence level that they have, they're just trying to win an argument, so they say stupid shit. It just triggers me. So we were at the end of the show yesterday, and I was explaining to Corey, like, look, these PlayStation, not just me, but Cold Blood was as well. Like, we shouldn't be giving these PlayStation should not be giving their Pro Enhanced labels to games that don't work right. And the example that we were using was like Silent Hill. So he wanted to like argue on the periphery, like, well, there isn't a patch, or there is a patch, or whatever. And we're like, look, none of that really matters. What matters is you have a base version of the game. You have a pro version of the game. When you plop or start the game on pro, the pro version of the game looks worse than the base version of the game. You're like, no, there's no patch. It's just the same raw game or what. Apparently there's something in the PlayStation 5 Pro, even without the patch, that it's trying to do to where it's making the game perform worse. There are endless threads that I had to cut the show because I'm like, we're not going to entertain this anymore. We got games to play. He can sit there and be Hogue Law of PlayStation all he wants, but there are endless conversations, endless chats. Digital Foundry's talking about this, and last but certainly not least, my bro was talking about this, that he experienced this. He talked about it live here on the channel before this even became a story. He was like, and you guys were here, including Corey, you guys were here when he said, hold on, what the fuck is wrong with Silent Hill 2? So we are to believe that Digital Foundry's lying. We are to believe that everybody that is on these chat boards are lying. These are PlayStation chat boards, you know. These are not Xbox chat boards. Like, this isn't kidsmove.com, right? These are PlayStation chat boards. And then lastly, I'm supposed to believe that my bro is lying, all because you want to defend PlayStation. And I'm telling you guys right now, we're going into 2025. It's a new year. I am gatekeeping. I'm tired of you motherfuckers that want to make excuses. Gaming is on the cusp right now. We're at a very pivotal moment in how we handle shit in 2025. How adept we are as consumers is going to tell what happens in the rest of gaming. I truly believe that. We already seen Xbox faithful fail their favorite brand by co-signing on welfare gaming. Look what happened. They stood behind an incompetent leader, incompetent leadership who didn't, and they don't respect the culture. And we see what happened to Xbox. I'd be damned. I just got over here. I'd be damned if the apologist over here win the day. So that's it in a nutshell. I'm not quite sure what my brother can add whatever he wants to it. That's it, you know. And if you ask me who I think is lying, take a guess. You know, they're all saying the same thing. These people have not talked to each other. They're all talking about the same fucked up shimmering and crazy shit going. What is it? Anti-alias and whatever. I'm cold, but I don't know. I guess you could pick up from here and better explain what your experience has been. That apparently you don't know what you're seeing.
No, look, if you want a very shit experience with Silent Hill 2, play it on the PlayStation 5 Pro right now.
Mm-hmm.
With the patch currently installed. If you want to play Silent Hill 2 at its best, fucking wait right now, because that shit is very spooky. Like, bro, you literally have eye cancer looking at it. It's so disturbing to look at.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Bro, I just saw it with my two own eyes, and I was like, the fuck is this?
Yeah.
And I'd rather inform you guys to wait on Silent Hill 2 until it's patched than fucking lying to you, oh, the PS5 Pro is so great.
Yeah.
Nah, I'm not about to do that.
Yeah.
And now that other people are telling the same shit, bro.
Yeah.
What? Was that right?
You will be on right. But you said, this is what's killing me. You said it before it even became a story, bro. You said it, and then Bloober Team. What did Bloober Team say, bro?
We're working on it.
Yeah. What are they working on? What are they working on?
To make it look like a fucking playable game and not eye cancer.
We're working on it. Like, y'all gotta stop this shit, man. From fucking Concord to Horizon. Like, look, PlayStation, to stroke your guys' egos because you bought this thing like us. PlayStation is the king. Okay? There's no doubt about that. On the flip side of it, Cold Blood, you just informed me that what's going on with the Callisto Protocol on the PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 Pro? What's going on?
You can play that bitch in 8K 30 right now.
My fucking
if you got
God.
the TV.
8K 30.
I mean, it's probably some caveat 8K 30,
yeah.
but goddamn,
Still.
Even the mention of 8K is like fucking, bruh, really?
Yeah.
That game was running like shit on the normal PlayStation.
Yeah.
and they go to the other fucking side of it to how in the fuck is it even possible that it runs like that?
Yep. It's crazy.
I mean, wait till someone tests it out before y'all get hyped, but damn, that sounds impressive.
Yeah.
And if you play the 4K 60 mode, you get the full ray tracing in it, apparently.
Jesus. And I think it had problems on the base consoles, right?
Yeah. Xbox especially. It literally couldn't do ray tracing. it was some broke ass dog shit up there.
it could do ray tracing. It could do Bob tracing.
Probably Phil was holding some fucking tools, and all of a sudden he tripped, and those tools fell off somewhere down the fucking drain.
Oh shit. Oh man. Yeah. PlayStation is king, there's no doubt about that, but we're looking out for you, the consumers. We're not going to sit here and play this Twitter game of we got to praise PlayStation. We're not playing that game. We are actual gamers that want the best bang for our buck. And look, Microsoft is out of the picture now. I'm sorry. I mean, like, there might be a game here and there.
Wait. Yo. Am I reading that right? It runs at 8K 30 with full ray tracing?
Is that somebody put that in the chat?
No, I just read it on Twitter.
Oh, for real?
Damn. Okay, now I want to see the Digital Foundry actually talk about it.
Yeah.
Because I don't have an 8K monitor. I would have tested it out myself.
Yeah. I'm going to tell you this. The video. Hey, look, the video. We can still negotiate. Let me, we can still talk about this. I came home last night and played some Stellar Blade, and I got some more footage, some more 4K footage I'm gonna put up. They recently put a patch out there. I didn't think this was possible. The game already looks even better. Yeah. If my games are going to continue to look like this on the PlayStation 5 Pro, I can't justify paying $20 a month to stream. Can't do it. I'm now starting to rethink, bro. And again, you know me, y'all heard me. Y'all have heard us go back and forth. I'm starting, remember how I would always fuck with you and say, oh, fuck no, if the game is on NVIDIA GeForce Now, I'm getting it there first. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. I know. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, this 100 hours cap thing bothers me. But two, if I'm getting this out of PSSR now, Now again, I'm not telling y'all to believe this is what we heard. And I know Cold Blood he's gonna roll his eyes in the back of his head when he hears this. I'm just telling you the information that's floating out there. We had Hip Hop Gamer talk about there's a PSSR 2.0 that, will be rolled out next year or something like that, right? I don't doubt I don't know if it's going to be a 2.0. I don't doubt there being major upgrades to PSSR because of all of the hands-on that is happening right now and in the machine learning that's being, increased here. But if I am getting visuals that are increasing at these rates, juice, Real Royal Vision, we talked about this. I told y'all my experience with Stadia. And I did not tell y'all, I said, this is going to improve more rapidly than Stadia could even imagine because there's so many hands that are in the PlayStation pot. It's consumer-wise. I know that Cyberpunk 2077 sold, a lot in Stadia numbers. That's PlayStation on a bad day. So if their AI and machine learning within a matter of weeks can see upgrades or whatever, the fuck you think is going to happen with PlayStation? I'm telling you, if I keep seeing graphical improvements at this rate, I'm not playing anywhere else, period. Why would I? I might have I'll be honest with you, I might have Game Pass here and there that I'll let lapse until I see a game that I want to play. Stalker's an example. But now I kind of like, I'm like Cold Blood when it comes to his achievements. I kind of like don't even want to fucking play Stalker on PC, there now. I'd rather play it on my PlayStation 5 Pro when it comes there. It's getting to that point already. It's not even been a full 2 weeks yet. Like, this shit is getting crazy. So to that point, when we have people like Corey, that's got to be Sony's defense force. Y'all are doing too much. You're not adding to the discussion because we're trying to inform gamers that are consumers. We're not trying to play this tug of war with fanboys across the street. That it's like you guys can only see through that prism. We can recognize Sony as king, their marketplace as the dominant marketplace out there, like Cold Blood showed you yesterday. All these games that are up here, Game of the Year and this and that, there's only one place to play the most wanted games out there. All of them, PlayStation. Okay, we know PlayStation is king, but they cannot be beyond reproach. They can't be above criticism. And you guys don't want, some of you don't want them criticized because you're worried about these bargain bin welfare gamers across the street dipped in green. Who gives a fuck about what they want? Apparently what they want leads to failure. What are you worried about them for? That's like, say for instance, you leave your house one day. Or no, say one day, I don't know, a part of your house catches on fire. Right? Fire trucks come and they put it out and they're like, oh, okay, it was just damage to the side of the thing. Like, you know, you can get it repaired. You ain't got to leave or whatever. It's not that bad. We got to it enough time. It's just going to look a little bad here, but you can still live in the house, right? And you're like, okay. And as you're going back in your house, the homeless person across the street's like, your house caught on fire. And it looks bad. And you're like, I mean, are you going to, the homeless person, you know, I'm not trying to be mean here. Homeless person is making fun of you because you got a little burn mark on your house. Or you're not going to throw your hands. I'm like, oh, fuck, no, I got to get out of here now. I'm sorry. Call me mean or whatever. That's the equivalence of these Neo Xbox fanboys. They're the equivalents of the homeless person across the street trying to laugh at you because you had a slight fire in your house that created a slight blemish. Who gives a fuck what they think? Look at how they threw their shit off the cliff faster than Wile E. Coyote. Xbox is trash now because all this shit they co-signed on. I don't give a fuck about them. I want to know as a consumer, when Cold-Blooded and when my brother tries to go get his fucking disk drive for his PlayStation 5 Pro, it's there. Sony, what the fuck are you doing? When we go to pop in Silent Hill 2, why is it performing worse on my system? That doesn't mean, I don't give a fuck about what ammo these dumb dorks have on Twitter. Look at what they did to their product. They mean nothing to the grand scheme of things. Nothing. And I know because I was over there. And when they started getting too cuckoo, I fucking left. Sitting there worried about what they think. That's why y'all arguing like, oh, no, please don't say nothing bad about Sony. Hold, let me grab my thesaurus to make up some crazy arguments here. They better stop that shit. That's how it started like that over on the Xbox side. We got to win on social media. Defend Phil, defend Phil, defend Phil. Don't do that over here. I just got here, goddammit. Don't fuck things up over here. I just got here. Shit. Yeah. But no, shout out to my bro. I'm going with my bro. I believe him. He ain't got to lie to you. So many things that he tried to tell y'all that we had more fun, spirited but fun debates about on here. And he ended up being right pretty much about all of them. You know what I'm saying? All of them, if not just about, if not all of them. Y'all have this knee-jerk reaction of, oh, we got to defend Sony no matter what. No, you got to stop that. That's the same dumb dog shit they're doing over there, and that's why their shit is failing, bro. Stop it. And Aeolus Savicki says, this is hilarious how people are reacting to this rumor. Hypocritical and hilarious, exactly. And Savicki, I have these Xbox warriors on Twitter, these Neo Xbox fanboys talking about, well, it happens on both sides. Like, I don't give a fuck about, that's not my cause right now. My cause is for those of you that have saw the biggest consolidation in gaming history happen and how it totally fucked up your brand for you and you want more of it. Now all of a sudden you just got the maker of the parent company of FromSoft. Now you guys are quiet. Nobody's cheering, hooray! I don't care if Sony fanboys are doing it because they think it's funny. I see a lot of Sony fanboys like, yeah, we love to dig this into dig this knife into your back and make fun of you on Twitter, but we would just prefer them to be independent and Sony just pay them money. If they want exclusive content. That it was the Xbox way of wanting to buy up everything. So yeah, you may see some ponies that are celebrating. Most of them are doing it in comical jest. A lot of them are like, nah, we'd rather Sony do what they're doing. Buy interests in the company, work with them to get exclusive content when needed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Moss, but we gotta call out Phil and Satya for destroying all of this, This neutral way of competing with each other.
Yeah.
It's over with. Like, bro said, yeah, we are still gonna acquire other shit. Like that should be a signal to Sony. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are not out of the fucking crossfire yet.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're gonna take more.
Do I like it most? No, absolutely not. Actually, because that's just gonna make Xbox go back at it. Then fucking Nintendo might come in and swoop someone up. Bro, it's gonna continue like this, and then all of a sudden we have back all this divide, right? With these games, like one game is going to be exclusive on this platform, one game is going to be exclusive on this platform.
It's going to be back
to what it was, but it's going to be way worse this time.
It's going to be worse. I totally agree. And guess who started it?
Most definitely for Xbox is going to get worse. If anything is going to be exclusive on PlayStation, because you ain't getting that.
Oh yeah, you can forget it. But guess who started it? Who started it? It was Xbox. Instead of just continuing to do good exclusive deals that are part of the business, they wanted to buy companies up. Sorry about that mic hit. They started this. Now, I will be honest. I didn't like Bethesda's absorption, but it didn't bother me as much. Bethesda kind of made sense because of their long-standing relationship with Xbox. That is until I realized that Bethesda was starting to get a healthy relationship with PlayStation and Jim Ryan. Like, I didn't really, and again, I know you got I got to try this game on a PlayStation 5 Pro. Deathloop, one of my all-time favorite game from Arcane. I hate the rest of their games. I like Deathloop. I really do like Deathloop, but I want to try that one. That one already looked good on PlayStation. When the makers of Deathloop got their awards that the game was getting, they were like, PlayStation gave us such great advice on this game. And I'm like, okay, this is probably a better place for arcade in particular. You know, because Phil Spencer, even though Bethesda has a long-standing relationship with Xbox. That's legacy Xbox. I'm talking prior to Phil Spencer. I'm talking about with Peter Moore and all this, Seamus and all them. Those guys are gone. And the level of incompetency, that's no help to Bethesda at all. Like, even though they were kind of like in a bad state with Fallout 76 and some other games, Bethesda's name, I think, was a lot more potent than what it is now. Especially after Starfield. You got the richest company in the world backing you, and Starfield just fizzled out. So nobody talks about Starfield anymore. Like, it's like the game is literally done. Like, I wonder how many people. Let's check and see how many people are in Starfield right now.
He wants that. He wants that smoke today.
Let's just see how many people are in Starfield. Let's see it. We're gonna see it real in live time. Yeah. 5,059. Yeah. This was the game that was supposed to last for 10 years. How many people in Skyrim? Hold on, I don't think this is the right one. Hold on, I think it's Skyrim Complete. Skyrim Special Edition, I think it is. Look at that. When you combine the base Skyrim and Skyrim Complete Edition, it's almost 30,000 people in Skyrim. That game came out in 2016, bro. Yeah. What are we doing here? It's a level of incompetence that continues to ruin. It's ruining Xbox. Let's read some of these comments. It says, what are you talking about, says Trunkin? Aren't Astrobot and Hellblade the only PlayStation Studios games nominated? Hellblade. What is he talking about? Hellblade isn't a PlayStation Studios game. But PlayStation, just Astrobot alone. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, no, hold on. Just Astrobot alone has crazy nominations. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. He could have very easily said, hey, congratulations to PlayStation and all of the nominations of Astrobot. Like, Astrobot, you understand, Trinket, that Astrobot and Final Fantasy VII Rebirth dominate the Game Awards as far as nominations are concerned. Where was their participation trophy? They didn't get one. Excuse me. He says, dude, I had an Atari 2600 and I wished I had Game Pass as a kid. Sony tried PlayStation Now and failed. That is the biggest crock of bullshit. You do understand, Trinket, that over the last, I think it was 2 years, the top two tiers of PlayStation Now saw more marginal growth than Game Pass. You do understand that, right? The top two tiers of PlayStation Plus saw more marginal growth than Game Pass. PlayStation doesn't go all in on these auxiliary ideas. They'll see it's out there. They'll say, oh, you know what? There might be something there, and they'll put something in there. But PlayStation learned not to fuck with, a Game Pass model, all like that, when they put Horizon Forbidden West in PlayStation Plus a year after launch, and they lost. What was it? They lost like, what what was it, 16 million or something like that, or something more. They lost a sizable amount of money, or 150 million, I think. They lost money by putting it in PlayStation Now. So they don't lead with those services. Like, they don't lead with their cloud. Like, I truly think that PlayStation Plus is way better than Game Pass. There are some games that are day and date in Game Pass that I'm like, oh, well, I get to try them. And that, that is really the tell-all be-all of Game Pass is, as a game releases, if there's some interest around it, you get to try day one. But the quality that's in PlayStation Now Plus, the quality that's in there trumps Game Pass by far. And especially now that I got my PlayStation 5 Pro and some of these other games that are in there, I can play the demos that they have in there, the time trials rather, they have demos in time. Well, it's mainly time trials, but the time trials that they have of all types of games that are in there. Yeah, PlayStation Plus. I mean, I really don't interact with both of them on a regular basis, but I would say 5-1 at least. I interact with PlayStation Plus way more than Game Pass. Stalker 2 might change that temporarily. When Stalker 2 hits, I'm gonna hop on Stalker 2. I'm gonna play that. We're gonna see how that is, and then that might change things. But no, PlayStation is not trying to be Game Pass. Game Pass is trying to lead as a budget service, and they've lost. They've lost trying to do that. PlayStation has cloud gaming and rental services on the periphery, but they're not leading with those services. Oh, you're talking about PlayStation Now. Look, PlayStation Now didn't die. It got rebranded. That's like saying Xbox Live died. That's stupid. That's a stupid argument. See, this is the problem with you fanboys. Y'all say shit and trying to hate on one side, but then it doesn't make sense on the other side. Xbox Live didn't die. It just got absorbed into Game Pass. It didn't die. Xbox Live wasn't a failure. If going off your logic, Xbox Live was a failure, that's fucking idiotic. Xbox Live was the most revenue growth out of the services for Xbox. Xbox just did the smart thing and said, oh, let's merge this all together. And to make Game Pass look more lucrative, because if we report these numbers separately as Xbox Live versus Xbox Game Pass is always going to be under Xbox Live. Let's just make Xbox Live a part of Game Pass, and that'll boost up Game Pass's numbers across the board, because we really don't care about Xbox Live branding. We care about Xbox Game Pass branding. That's all they did. The same with PlayStation Now. PlayStation Now, it saw its largest bump, which is, you fucking talking idiotic. It saw its largest bump when it went to $9.99. It had a 100% raise. It was making more money than it ever did. And they also said, well, let's just merge everything. They did it. They're going to do it with Game Pass. No. As a matter of fact, what prompted Xbox to do what they did is Sony did it first. Sony said, let's not have these things segmented. Let's put them all together under PlayStation Plus, and Xbox followed suit. It's sensible business to me. So nothing died. Like, Xbox Live didn't die. That's stupid. Why do y'all make stupid arguments? That's dumb. Y'all don't think, and this is why we're at where we're at today. Let's talk about it. That's why we're at where we're at today. What am I talking about? Why do I have PlayStation News up there? This is Sony to buy Elden Ring. This is what's happened today. Because you guys don't know how to hold an argument that holds weight. You don't rebut yourselves before you hit send. Y'all just type some goofy dumb shit and then hit send on it. And what you said doesn't make sense. And I say that to you not to be mean, but to help you be self-aware. Because I don't think you're stupid, Trinket. I can tell you're not stupid. So stop doing stupid shit. Think about what you're saying before you hit send. It does not hold weight across the board. Here's what's going on. Started here. Sony Group in talks to acquire Kadokawa Corporation. And they have, and that's the parent company of FromSoftware, who makes Elden Ring, of course. Juice's stuff. He said Trinket may be a little. I ain't gonna do that. I don't think Trinket is stupid. I don't think he's stupid. He's just making stupid arguments. Like, what does he say? He says Sony pushed PlayStation Now. It was on Vita televisions. Yeah, no. See, I almost called you a dumbass. No, that's dumb as hell. Before they merged it, Trinket, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Before they merged it, it had saw 100% increase. Why? Because it went from $20 a month to $9.99 a month. Remember that? It didn't fail. It started seeing the largest boosts that it ever saw. Everybody was trying it. Hell, we were even trying it on Stadia. Talking about, oh, shit has improved. Uh-oh. Everybody was trying it because it was so cheap. Then Sony said, you know what? We are now going to restructure our tiers. And for those of you that follow my content, y'all know that I got into it with David Jaffe over this. Because Sony was like, okay, we've seen a bump in PlayStation Now. Now we're going to create different tiers where we're going to merge PlayStation Now and have different iterations of it. Oh, we're going to merge it with the PlayStation Online or PS Plus. And that's how you got the PS Plus Essential, Premium, all that stuff. They did it first. So after that success, they came out with the 3 tiers. And I got into it with David Jaffe because David Jaffe was like, well, this is disappointing because he wanted them to do day and day. And I said, David, you worked at Sony all these years. Why would Sony follow a failing proposal? And he was like, because it's going to be on the Linden. They're on Sony's on the Lindenberg. Remember when he said that dumb shit? I love David Jaffe. Very entertaining fella. One of the creators of one of the greatest games made last several generations. He didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. The proof is in the pudding. You ain't got to take it from me. I told him back then what he said made no sense. Look at it now. It doesn't make any fucking sense. PlayStation, they're on the Lindenberg, and it's going to burst. And all these colorful rainbows and fruity colors of the Skittles brand of Xbox, it's going to rain on everybody's face, and they're going to love it. The Skittle approach from Xbox, they're going to love it. And then PlayStation did something that Xbox ended up mimicking. And David Jaffe was wrong. He said, PlayStation's not going to survive. They're going to have to mimic what Xbox is doing. Xbox ended up trying to mimic what they were doing and restructuring their tiers. And it still failed. Now they're talking about they're not really seeing growth anywhere with Game Pass. The growth has slowed down even with PC Game Pass. And that's a major staple of their business. PlayStation Plus, even though they were seeing, first they saw the increase with PlayStation Now, then they merged it into the 3 different tiers, the PlayStation Plus tiers, and then within the last few years, the top 2 tiers saw more marginal growth than Game Pass did. So what are you talking about? You're not making any sense. No. What you're saying is dumb. PlayStation Now was around for a while and it was just there. And yeah, it ran into a pitfall for a while until they lowered the price. Until when they lowered the price, it went from like close to 1 million to 2 million when they lowered the price. Hardly anybody for several years. See, you're trying to mix the truth in with the lie. For a while, PlayStation Now was getting no traction. That is true. Then the service nearly doubled. When it doubled, then they said, oh shit, let's merge this with PlayStation Plus. Let's create new tiers. Then when they merged it with PlayStation Plus and created new tiers, a couple of years later after that, PlayStation Plus, the top two tiers, had more marginal growth than Xbox. So stop it. I don't know why y'all make these dumbass arguments. Talking about show the numbers. You just put the numbers out there, and you know you did. It was under 1 million, and it doubled when they lowered the price to $9.99. And you know this, man. Stop trying to hijack my podcast with your loop-de-loop arguments. It's stupid, and this is why shit like today happens. You know it doubled when they dropped it to $9.99. It was a big story. You now you know, then you just told on yourself, Trinket. Because you put the numbers out there. It doubled when it dropped to $9.99. Shut the hell up. So it never died. It was never a big whoop to do for them. When they when they started really pursuing it, they lowered the price, it doubled. They changed some things and started putting more top tier games in there. Like what did they put in there? God of War or some shit like that? When they put God of War in there, that helped to double along with the price cut. He said, what was the OG convo? I don't know what you mean, geek. Then when it doubled, soon after that, they subsequently started they added the new tiers. Those started seeing marginal increases, and then they left it at that. Then subscription services flatline altogether. But it doesn't matter to PlayStation. They said, oh, okay, because this is not a pillar business for them. But this is what you see on the screen. Here, let's get into it. I said, for the record, I don't want this to happen. Consolidation is horrible for the longevity of gaming and future innovation towards great games. That said, you hypocrites calling foul now, but were excited when Xbox was postured to buy everything under the sun. Y'all be quiet. You had podcasters out there saying, hey, why Take-Two? Xbox isn't done. You can call me a boo, but they're not done. Right? Remember that? Now that they're about to, this deal looks like it's going to go down. It looks like it. Now you guys are quiet. Excuse me. Cold Blood, I let Trinket pull me out of pocket and even giving him attention. But again, I think it was important, even though I probably went into a little bit too far. But it's important to show why these Xbots, they do no service for Xbox. Number one, y'all don't play any fucking games. Yeah, y'all getting this work today. Y'all don't play no fucking games. We got a whole gaming channel. We play games. We got a whole fucking gaming channel. I don't see none of your favorite Xbox creators. I don't see them doing this. I don't see none of them. I don't see none of them out there trying to play games at all. They might have some punk ass dusty footage that they play during their streams, but I don't see them playing games. They don't try to play games with y'all. They don't tell y'all, hey, y'all come in the Discord, come rock out with us. They don't do none of that shit. They talk all this shit. I don't see nobody playing games. There's one creator I see playing games. I ain't gonna name their names, but there's one Xbox creator that consistently plays games. Just one. But look, we got MM2K Gaming streams. We got a game stream channel. I told y'all, look, Stellar Blade looks fantastic. Spider-Man looks fantastic. Come check it out. Y'all are like, oh, for real? I said, for real. We put the game streams out there on the channel, and people are like, after they watched our video, they're like, oh shit, this is cool. And they're checking out the videos. Y'all don't do this. All y'all want to do is sit and talk shit. That's all you want to do. You do Xbox no favors. You're not playing games. You're making up shit like Trinket, trying to, spread the truth and a lie and take the conversation out in the weeds. You're not doing the platform any favors. You're not holding their feet to the fire. I just spent 30 minutes talking about a supporter of the platform, Corey, and his ass, trying to be the whole law of PlayStation, defending all things that they do. That mentality is what killed the Xbox product, because nobody was holding their feet to the fire. I remember back in the 360 days, there just was a little lull when Uncharted 2 was coming out. Like, Xbox really didn't have any games at that moment. And when they didn't have any games and fucking Naughty Dog showed up with Last of Us 2, I remember because it was me and my brother talking on the phone. And we said, did you see that Uncharted 2 at E3? He was like, yeah. I said, that shit looks phenomenal. I said, bro, if Xbox don't get his shit together and put out something like that, trading in my Xbox. My brother was like, yo, fucking hit the chat boards. Everybody like, Xbox, come on. Start coming up with some shit. And I can't remember what they dropped, but then they finally came out with some shit. Like, even then, even while we were on top, we were still like, oh no, fuck that, no, we ain't accepting no law. Ain't no excuse for this shit. You need to be on your game, you need to be on point. We don't want y'all to think just because y'all won half of the race that, you gonna make a victory, you gonna do a victory lap. Keep the games coming. I don't know you new Xbox gamers. You new Xbox gamers are fucking frauds. Look at all the games that we got here. There's so many fucking games that we play here. Look at all this shit. So many games that we're playing here. Look at all the games that we play here. You have nothing comparable to this over on the fucking what you bought. Y'all talk about Game Pass being so great. Where's the footage? Where's the fucking footage? I'm telling you guys, Stellar Blade looks phenomenal. And we got the footage. Cold Blood told you Silent Hill is the shit. We got the footage. Metaphor ReFantasios, awesome. We got the footage. Astrobot, great platformer. We got the footage. Where the fuck is your footage? And then you're mad that Xbox is not giving you no more free Game Pass. You're not doing shit for them. All y'all do is y'all want to bounce around the different chats, different podcasts, and talk shit, and y'all don't play no fucking games. That's why I adore the PlayStation community for this. At first I was like, oh man, this is so corny. I'm not a achievement catcher or whatever. But no, the PlayStation community, they didn't even just say it to you bots. They said it to their own. Don't come here talking about games unless you show your trophies or show your gamer score. You're an Xbox gamer. I'm a PlayStation gamer. Maybe 5 to 10% of my time is on Xbox. In no way, shape, form, or fashion should I have a higher gamer score than you. And what happened when people did, because y'all didn't give it up willingly, when they did find your gamer score, they had higher Xbox gamer scores than you guys. I got another hour footage. I got so much footage of video that didn't come out right that I never released. Cold Blood got a shit ton of footage on here. He's just been gaming on here for a year. Where is y'all's footage? Y'all don't play no fucking games. Trunk it, give it up, bro. No, look, the fact of the matter is, stop getting into the weeds. Stop trying to go from the beginning when Cloud didn't have much movement and Sony was just holding on to PlayStation Now and was just, it was just on the periphery. It was an auxiliary service. We're talking about when Cloud really started moving, and then they put something into it. It didn't fail. It was just dormant, set to the side. It was something auxiliary. Then they finally plugged money into it. They really started pushing it. When they really started pushing it, it started plugging money into it. The motherfucker flew. Well, it flew as good as a service was going to fly. They added money to it. It flew. They changed the tiers. It did a little bit better. All services across the board hit a wall. Oh, Sony's like, oh well. But to say that PlayStation Now died is a lie. You're fucking lying. It didn't die. It was just dormant. It didn't die. That's like saying Xbox Live died because it got merged into Game Pass. It's stupid. It's idiot jargon that's not going to go here. This is what you need to do. Put your fingers in your pocket. Put your hands in your fucking pocket. Shut the fuck up. And listen. Because y'all motherfuckers don't play no games. Instead of using them fingers to tippity tap and look up some bullshit and try to play Johnny Cochran on Excuse an Xbox, listen, play some fucking games. I told y'all, PlayStation 5 Pro is the shit. Oh yeah, really? I spent the whole fucking weekend, I didn't create content because I had to get my capture card together. I was so in awe. I got to show y'all this shit. Shit wasn't looking right. You know what I'm saying? Like my capture card wasn't working with me, but I did not stop until I got it right to show y'all how awesome the PlayStation 5 Pro is. I want to show you guys something else. Hold on, what the fuck? Damn it. Hold on one second. Y'all see this? This is us live right now, of course. And make sure you hit that like button. We got 40 people watching. But you see this? This is my video talking about my PlayStation 5 Pro. 3.5 thousand views. Huge for this channel. Why? Because I did. I put my money where my fucking mouth was. Showed y'all the games, showed y'all actual proof, played it. Even though you had all these fucking content creators sitting there trying to grift and say, oh no, it's bad, it's horrible, it sucks, oh God, I can't do this shit sucks, oh, it's horrible. We're on here playing this shit. We're playing it. I'm showing you proof. I'm giving you guys gameplay footage. I got people laughing saying, oh, MM, oh, how could you do so bad? I was just in awe. And I was just testing out the graphical fidelity through my capture card. And when I finally got it at a good spot, I was just happy. I was getting my ass kicked. If you listen to the audio that I have on MM2K Gaming streams, you'll hear me talking about it. Like, oh shit, I got my ass kicked. This is the worst time I had on the boss trial. But I put my money where my mouth was. Showed y'all the Spider-Man 2 footage. And there's more coming. You got to go to MM2K Gaming streams and see it in 4K to even, and all you're doing is you're getting like maybe 80% of the true output. What do y'all do for Xbox besides coming here and talking and making nonsensical arguments and talking shit? And then when you look at the comment section, it's riddled with people saying, thank you for this video. I love my pro. I love my pro. This is right. This is true. This is right. Oh, you sold me. This and that. Because we put our money where our mouth is. We know we're telling you the truth about this shit. Y'all don't play no fucking games. That's why Xbox is dog shit. You're wasting your time trying to be Aaron Greenberg coming in our chat, not making any sense whatsoever. Play some games. You fucking suck as a consumer base. Why? Because you're not showing shit. All you do is talk shit and you don't play no games. Where's the game footage? Where's the proof that Game Pass is so great? Where's the proof? Now, I'm not talking to my cloud people. My cloud people are doing their work. And it's a shame that Xbox don't give them no shine whatsoever. But that's another reason why Xbox fucking sucks. Because the cloud gaming community is doing better to market their product than Xbox is. They don't give them no attention. Amazon will say something to them. The videos say something to them. Everybody else will say something to them. Not Xbox. They'll just put out some statistics here. There's more cloud gaming happening. Instead of shouting out the people in the cloud community that's really trying to bolster the service. I'm talking about y'all that are sitting there trying to, oh yeah, no, cloud gaming is the future. Well, where's your cloud gaming footage? Show it's the future. Stand on what you're saying. Show it's the future. Show it's the future. We can do it. If we can do it, how come you can't do it? How come you can't do it? All y'all do is talk shit. And you don't play any fucking games. It's pathetic. Pathetic. This is why you guys get embarrassed time after time. Y'all talked all this shit about Xbox, buying up shit. Now that PlayStation could be buying up FromSoftware, and then all your hopes of them getting foiled during the Game Awards is going down the drain. Now y'all just look and sound stupid. Now you're over here talking about, well, PlayStation now. Well, the PlayStation 2 didn't. The PlayStation 2 didn't have gears. Oh. Pathetic. I despise you guys as gamers because you're not gamers. You're just pathetic pube sniffers. You do nothing for this culture. Nothing at all. Xbox used to be the creme de la creme of hardware, innovation, And for a lot of us, the Cold Blood may not agree, but for a lot of finding new gaming experiences. That's why they were able to come and battle with a juggernaut. Everything, all that about them is gone now. It's gone. Because the pathetic consumer base, y'all want fucking welfare gaming. Well, you get what you pay for, what you don't pay for. Now these motherfuckers out here trying to tell you that a Beano box is an Xbox. It's disgusting. And I blame you guys for it. Yes, Phil is incompetent, but you guys, even if Microsoft wanted to get rid of him, y'all made it difficult. The way y'all worship this man like he was a messiah. He failed as a leader. He saved Xbox in name only. We see y'all arguing with Mike Ybarra over this whole thing. Like, let me go find Mike Ybarra's tweet. Y'all over here arguing with Mike Ybarra. Meanwhile, Mike Ybarra's just telling the fucking truth. And Mike Ybarra would have made a better head of Xbox 1,000 times over. Fucking Phil Spencer. Fucking failure. Look at this shit. This is pathetic. You guys are getting this work today. You're pathetic. I'm calling you out. The walls are collapsing all around you. You make no sense. You're doing nothing to promote the brand in a good way. You're just sitting there trying to make excuses for them and then just hate on Sony. Gamers looking at that and be like, but okay, all right, you said something negative about Sony. Oh, okay. You're trying to excuse this, but why should I get an Xbox? Why? You're not making that argument. That's why, and that's why nobody's getting one. Mike Ybarra said if Sony does purchase FromSoftware, it's probably a top 2 acquisition in video gaming in the last 15 plus years, if not ever. The other being Minecraft to Microsoft for only $2.5 billion. FromSoftware is incredible, releasing games on accelerated pace that are AAA and epic. The track record is fantastic. The only bigger thing would be Valve or Nintendo, and I don't see either of those happening in any scenario. Exciting times. And all of y'all doing, well, Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard and Bethesda obliterates this easily. How? Since the Bethesda purchase and since the Activision purchase, Xbox has gone down. They have gone down everywhere in all of their legacy content. The only thing where they've gone up slightly was their services last fiscal quarter, ever so slightly. But everything that's legacy Xbox, gone down. Well, you can't separate Activision from, well, you can, because it's going to show you that once we get a full fiscal year of Activision that we can compare to another full fiscal year of Activision, you're going to start seeing negative trends again. And shout out to Nib, Nib95 on Twitter. He did the math, he did the calculations, and showed that even Activision Blizzard is underperforming. He's showing that, you know, if you were to take Activision Blizzard's contributions and compare them to Activision Blizzard's contributions when they were independent, there's a 1.9 billion loss versus what they actually made and the projections from Microsoft. It's a 1.9 billion loss, according to the data that Nib crunched together. So no, Activision Blizzard, there's a reason why Activision Blizzard, he's not considering them. And he says it right here. And take it from someone that was there. He says value. Do you know how much pressure leveraging 70 billion causes? You're seeing it already. I'm not sure they would do it again had they had the chance. Just depends on whatever price of FromSoftware settles on. Y'all want to sit here and argue with this dude. This dude ain't your problem. Your problem is y'all don't. Where's your gameplay? Where's your proof? Y'all sat here and do all that talking. I showed you what we're doing. We're putting our money where our mouth is. Thank you. Yes, I know my PlayStation 5 Pro. I knew I wasn't crazy. I know it was awesome. This is now to the other. People see that. I've had various people in that same community thread on YouTube tell me, you know what? I've changed my mind. Thank you. I'm sold. You've sold me on it now. That looks great. That footage looks great. You're telling me that's only 80%. Thank you very much. All y'all want to do is y'all just want to pile on people that disagree with the direction that Xbox is going. Y'all have nothing to contribute to the discussion. Now, I talked long enough. Cold Blood, any final thoughts on this whole Elden Ring thing? What if Elden? Give us your thoughts, and then tell us what you think if Elden Ring Erdtree ends up becoming Game of the Year.
Right. I mean, that's just gonna show everybody that this jury he has over there is very biased towards specific games.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, sure, you're gonna get all these nominations for the PlayStation games all the time, but in the end, it's gonna be the multiplats that win.
Yeah.
Because a Sony game being exclusive now, I want to play that on my 4090 PC.
Yeah.
That's what most of these mofos gonna think. No, I mean, if the DLC wins, congratulations, Elden Ring. You just literally did a repeat of 2022.
Exactly.
Wouldn't surprise me really, but goddamn, that just would completely destroy all the integrity of a Game Awards. Absolutely. The little sliver it had left is gonna be gone completely.
And that's with or without Sony buying them by then. I think. I'm not gonna sit here and
bro. I would not even be mad if Black Myth Wukong gets it.
Yeah.
Like seriously.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, sure. I'd be a little bit mad for myself that Rebirth didn't get it, but
yeah,
I wouldn't be mad at the Game Awards for that. But fuck, I would be mad if Bellator wins. Oh my god. Oh, that's gonna be a complete different discussion then, because if a poker game, a fucking poker game, I swear, if that shit wins Game of the Year, a gambling fucking game, we got a problem, bro. A gambling simulator. Fuck out of here. I'm telling you, Bellator better not win. Oh boy.
Shout out to Scoop for just subscribing. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, if Bellator wins, we will never talk about the Game Awards as a Game Awards show again. It will be strictly for the trailers and only the trailers. I will not give a shit about what is nominated. I will not talk about it with you, bro. You can talk about it or whatever, but I am done at that point.
Yeah. No. I think it's safe to say that we as a platform would be done talking about the Game Awards. So I'm with you on that one. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, that is it. Really. I mean, if anything else wins Game of the Year besides Bellator, yeah, sure, Elden Ring, I'd be pissed that a DLC gets nominated and wins. While other games would deserve it way more, in my opinion.
Yep.
Because Elden Ring already got its Game of the Year. Why should it get another one, bro? On top of that. What's the point? And Elden Ring already sold most of what it would have sold for the DLC. So, bro, it's not giving it any boost. That's for sure.
Yep.
I still think Stellar Blade and Helldivers 2 should be up there.
Yeah, I definitely think I definitely think Stellar Blade should be up there. Like,
But I think Helldivers 2, bro. The amount of success this game had this year, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It should be up there.
I think Helldivers 2 should have definitely got more nominations though. I definitely do. I mean, I wouldn't be mad if it was up there. I wouldn't be mad.
What else do you gonna nominate it for?
Well, shit. Tell you know, put out a tweet just like you did for the DLC. Put out a tweet. Now multiplayer games can be considered RPG of the year. Shit, just make some shit up. Why not? You did it with Elden Ring. Shit. Let me see here. Well, I guess you can't consider it an action game, but I would have to take a look. But I was shocked to see, like, how many nominations did it get? Like 2?
I think it got what was it? The multiplayer thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the other one, I have no idea. Either action or something, I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's besides the point, bro. Helldivers 2 was such a big success this year, bro.
Yeah, it was.
It should have been recognized, in my opinion.
Yeah. Huge success. Huge success. Crazy success. You know, and it is, you know, look, there's a difference between bad decisions and just broken approaches. You know, this whole thing with Elden Ring, I think is part of a broken approach. But like you said, you got a fucking solitaire poker game, whatever it is, up there. Like, come on, man. Come on. We got Stellar Blade, Helldivers. I wouldn't be mad at Helldivers 2. We got great games that are out there. People even said Silent Hill 2.
Bro, look, I wouldn't even pick Silent Hill 2 because it's a remake. I wouldn't even do
that's
that.
Fair.
I
that's
mean,
fair.
Sure, you can put it up there if you want to, but I would give it to games that actually tried something new.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
Yeah, but then again, I sound like a hypocrite because I want Rebirth to win, but that's because that's my favorite game of all time, bro. Like, I'm sorry.
Can you consider Rebirth just simply a remake?
Absolutely not. More like a reimagining of
Exactly. That's
Final
different.
Fantasy.
I think that's different. It's within its. I mean, you know, it's using older concepts and it's rebooting them. You know, it's rebooting it.
Well, a lot of the story is also rewritten, so it's not like it's the same complete story like it was back then.
Exactly. I'm a big fan that of Game of the Year should be new experiences, should be new captivating experiences that at least try to break ground and do something transformative for gaming. Like, that's what Game of the Years are supposed to be. So it may not always be a AAA game. Like I remember when Braid was a big game. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, fine, whatever. But to just try to force fit indie representation and the best you could come up with is a poker game. Like, I'm sorry, there's nothing transformative about is it done so well that people just enjoy it and they're infused and like, for instance,
apparently apparently it sold millions and people love it, but like I said, I never heard of it before.
Yeah, I never heard of it before. Yeah, where was it at? Was it on Steam or some shit like that? What is it? The Steam?
It's everywhere.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never heard of this game. And yeah, there's nothing transform. I mean, yeah, there's a lot of people that like a lot of shit. But okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure Space Marine shocked a lot of people, right? Space Marine 2 shocked a lot of people.
But did it do so much new shit, really? In the end?
No. But I'm just saying, like, based on the theory of, because millions of people bought it, you know what I'm saying? And people loved it. A lot of people loved Space Marine 2, and millions of people bought that. Does that mean that Space Marine 2 would take up the space from something that's a little bit more like I look at Stellar Blade, bro, and I look at how they handled that genre, the fucking score, the aesthetics, just the whole package. The only thing that I would say is flawed. I don't know if you would agree, but I'm not a story person, so I don't care about this. The story is kind of like loopy or whatever.
I never gave my official review of the game because you never finished it.
Yeah. Oh no, I don't care. No. You can do no. Don't worry about me. If you wait for me, you won't be given. Phil Spencer will have a Game of the Year nominee by the time.
Now, actually, I liked almost everything about Stellar Blade besides the score. I cannot agree at all with people that say this score is amazing.
Oh, you don't like? Oh, man, I love that music.
When I know a fucking mobile game they made has so much epic fucking music in it, I'm like, nah.
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, why is Stellar Blade so mellow in comparison to that? Like, it should have been a bombastic fucking score, and it just kinda isn't, really, to me at least. It's very mellow, very chill.
It is. But
which okay, maybe it for just going around in the overworld, yeah, sure. But for the boss fights, it should have been way more epic, bro. And I know they can do it because I know their fucking mobile game. I know the score of the mobile game they put out.
Mm-hmm.
That shit is fucking epic as fuck, bro. People love that score. And when I look at Stellar Blade, I'm like, yo, that's a downgrade. Really, this is my biggest gripe with the game. Like, bro, the score could have been so much better. At least for the boss fight.
Mm-hmm. I see where you're coming from now. I'm not mad at that. I see where you're coming from. It is mellow, but the game, I think the game is what they're trying to do. And here's one thing about Korean entertainment. They love having a semi-depressed. Now, I know they made another mobile game, but they love, in a lot of their action shit, they love keeping you like depressed and in some melancholy mode until the very end. I don't know what the end is like. They love doing it. I watch a lot of Korean like shit, you know what I'm saying? So I know firsthand. Got my wife addicted to their drama. Yeah, like, dude, I went to the city and I started doing the shit on the billboard. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like the shit with the cat and the husband. I'm like, what is this shit? What is this sad shit? Like it's everything is so sad about the game as far as tone. And you know, I think that's
as it should be. That's what I said. When you go around in the city and stuff, I have no problem with it being fucking depressing as shit, bro, because it is. Yeah, you're literally in a post-apocalyptic world over there.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that is all right. But when the boss fight starts, bro, your fucking speakers should be how you say it? They should be on fucking 150%, because the score is that fucking amazing. When the boss fight starts, bro, you should feel the fucking adrenaline rush, bro. And you just don't feel it really. Like maybe one or two bosses have an okay score, but the rest of them, bro, it's just some dumb dubstep BS. Not really what I would consider epic or fun to play with, you know, against the boss.
I'm gonna say that even though you're right in how you're describing it, but to me, it's still I was still hyped, like, you know, because it all like fit together. Like there's games that I've played in the past to where I'm gonna say what's one game like during the old Square Enix games. Like before Final Fantasy VII, like the older Final Fantasies, the pixel ones, and then my favorite RPG of all time, Phantasy Star 2. There was a lot of that melancholy shit in there, you know, and it just fit the vibe. So I guess that's why I'm used to it, and there's probably other people used to it too, to where I see where you're coming from, like more of the Final Fantasy VII shit, like, you know, it's like, you know, it's like badass orchestra type shit, you know what I'm saying, to where, you know, games of the past kind of had a lot of melancholy stuff in it. So yeah, you're describing it 1,000% accurate, but me hearing that music or hearing that score in those boss fights, I still was hyped, you know what I'm saying, because it all fit together to me, you know what I'm saying. But I understand what you're coming from.
I guess I was just spoiled with way better music by them. I know they can do way better than this, so that's why I say I'm kind of disappointed, because I was very hyped for the score at first, because I knew what they did before that, and I was kind of let down. No, I get it. I completely understand. I mean, the way you describe it, I can completely. I can't say, oh, you're wrong. No, that's your, you know. No, I completely. I can dig it. I know what you're talking about. I can dig it. It's kind of like me. Like if I'm watching a badass action sequence, a martial arts sequence in a movie, I don't want to hear. I don't want to. You know. I want you. You know. Guitars blazing, you know, I want to feel like that, you know, the earth is shattering and shit. I get you. I totally get it. You know, I love the game, man. I just love everything about, except for the story. You know, the story just makes no sense to me. Probably part of it too. Bro, no, this story is awesome. Like, at the end, it's going to make a lot of sense.
Oh, okay. That's what I said. I don't know what it's like at the end, but
I would not put it with the fucking masterpieces like Metal Gear Solid or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, storytelling wise, but it's good. It's very good.
We have a video coming up at the top of, not this hour, the next hour at 5 p.m. Eastern. And I'm just setting that up. But if you guys have any questions or comments in the chat, I know I gave Xbox that work. They had to get it, man. Me just thinking about it, like I'm sick of their shit. There used to be this dude. I wonder where he's at. He was he had an Xbox profile, and his name was Sick of This Shit Gaming. I don't know why I always enjoyed that name, but I feel like him. And he would always just go off on Xbox. He had an Xbox 360 profile, and he was just like tired of their shit. And that's how I felt. And that's how I feel. I'm sick of Xbox's shit. I'm over it. I remember the 360, like, doing so much for me in gaming, and they've completely abandoned it for cheese and butter gaming. And I feel like Xbox could do so much better if they would just recenter their focus, which is, look, we want to go do cloud gaming. There's nothing wrong with that. That's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But let's excel somewhere first. That's the problem with this Xbox under Phil Spencer. They're trying to do too much, and they're not about excelling anywhere first. They're not excelling anywhere. Like, excel, and then where you gotta excel, I think, is on the console side. Like, look, I was a long time Stadia enthusiast, and I can admit that when Stadia died, that destroyed the trust of cloud gaming as a singular platform. It did. Because they were like, see, what's going to happen with your library? And look, Google did give you all your money back, right? Xbox ain't giving you your money. If you came in this game in 2020, right? Like, shout out to the homie Doc Dart, who lives and dies off of Game Pass. You came in at 2020, you believed that Xbox was going to do this, going to do that. And so you didn't buy any games. You lived off of Game Pass. You maybe bought a game a year. So maybe you have like 4 games in your catalog. But the rest of it is based off of Game Pass. What's going to happen if this time next year, the Xbox, this is an Xbox campaign dies and fizzles? Then what? What are you going to do? You now have no fucking catalog. And trust me, they're not doing what Google did. Oh, no. Oh, no. Google was paying motherfuckers back for Ubisoft subscriptions. They're not doing what Google did. Oh, no. You're done. Finite. You're fucked. So this whole cloud gaming thing, like, people want to invest in licenses. That's just the way that it is. They want to invest in a license. They feel more comfortable doing that than just full out, just leaving, just renting a catalog in the sky. And again, after Stadia, I can't blame them. Even though I was a big advocate for Stadia, I cannot blame them. So what you need to do is, now that state, like, look at GeForce Now Ultimate. Awesome fucking service. Awesome. Like, literally, not someone like a Cold Blood or whatever. Like, even me, if I really wanted to, I could just tell my wife, oh, shut up. I'm buying me a 4090. And after she uppercuts me a couple times and shit, and I come out of my coma, I could go buy my 4090, right? Cold Blood and we don't need, I don't need GeForce Now. It's just a big convenience for me, and it keeps my jaw intact, right? But there's people out there that would heavily benefit from building their PC license up, and if their hardware is subpar, they can play GeForce Now Ultimate and get great fidelity and great performance. And guess what? Nobody's trying it. That's why they fucking put a cap at 100, because the people that are on the service, there's not enough subscriptions and lapses, and they're getting overwhelmed with server capacity. That's why they did that. I mean, nobody told me that from the video, but common sense tells me that's what happened. They got over, and they're like, oh, it's only going to affect 6% of our user base. That's because the other 94% are on fucking NVIDIA GeForce Now free. So, yeah. Because cloud gamers, they play games. They play a lot of fucking games. So it's not 4% of your paying user base. That's for sure. I'll put it like that. It ain't 4% of your paying user base. It's a bigger significant chunk of your paying user base that I would assume is affected by this. That's a lot of trust that, you know, the mainstream is going to be like, even if they see GeForce Now, like I show people, hey, look, this is how you can play Starfield at 60 frames per second during the launch week on your Xbox. And you could do it through GeForce Now Ultimate. I showed Fonzarelli, I showed, what was his name? Wooly Gaming. I showed a bunch of people. They're like, oh, this shit is awesome. But the general consumer is not going to go to it, even though GeForce Now output is great. They're going to stick with what they know and what they trust. And what they know and what they trust is the traditional console market. So here's what they're looking at, Xbox. You can't escape this. So you don't have the luxury that GeForce Now or even Stadia had, right? Even though Stadia got clobbered coming out of the gate. But you don't have the luxury that they have. They never had a console before. So they don't have anything else to lean on or to be criticized by. You do. You have a console. So you're telling people, we want you to abandon the way that you trusted, the traditional way of gaming, and join us out here in the cloud. And people are sitting there looking like, well, hold on. Why would we do this with you if in the traditional sense, why would we go do this whole technological, unwavering way? We saw Stadia shut down behind. Why would we do that? Now we see GeForce Now capping games at 100 hours. Why would we go and do that with you when you can't even handle console gaming? Like your promises for console gaming were, you didn't meet your expectations there. Why would I, trust you with this quote unquote experimental way of gaming? Because that's how a lot of mainstream people look at it. Why would I trust you with that when you can't even handle the tradition? This is the lapse in judgment that Xbox has. They're not trusted. Here's how you gain that trust back. You have to do what Sony's doing. Sony, and you can be a little bit more aggressive, but you got to do what they're doing. You have to make the console first and foremost. I'm not saying giving up on cloud gaming. Stop what you're doing, totally invest in your console, make your console do what you say it's going to do, create great games that are exclusive for your console. Like, you really got to invest in your console, and your console has to speak to excellence. Once you get a couple of years of that under your belt, then you can say, now we're going to branch the experience off. The excellence that you see in our console games, you now can experience in the cloud. Then you transition from the cloud. And then I think the last piece is, hey, the excellence that you saw in the console space, the excellence that you see in the cloud, now you're going to see that excellence on PC. And you take the Windows Store and Battle.net, merge them some way, and make it a competent store. You got to stop what you're doing. Stop trying to be a jack of all trades and a master of none. And you got to prioritize your focus step by step by step. My first step would be with the console, because that's what's going to win over mainstream gamers. When they see you succeed there, or at least be competitive there, then they'll start trusting you elsewhere. But you can't even handle the traditional thing. You want us to follow you on this more whimsical thing. That's how they look at cloud gaming. This whimsical thing with all this latency. Why should we trust you in your tech when you can't even do what you say you're going to do on consoles? That's Xbox's problem. Number one, they as a brand don't have any trust. Then two, they want to put on the same playing field a way of gaming that isn't that trusted yet. And it's not all their fault. A lot of it's their fault, because their way of gaming is not acceptable on the cloud from the average mainstream stream gamer. A lot of it is because Stadia shut down. Some of it is going to be because of this $100 cap from GeForce Now. a lot of different ramifications in this, but again, they exist and you can't ignore them. That's what they need to do. When they do that and refocus their efforts and do it in decency and order, they'll be a lot better for it. Let's read these final comments and then we're gonna get out of here. And then I'll have Cold Blood have the final word.
Where's Corey, bro?
What'd you say? Oh yeah.
Where's Corey?
Corey, we might not see Corey till 2025, bro. We might not see Corey until Indiana Jones hit the PlayStation 5 Pro. Oh man, isn't that great? No more shimmering, huh? Bro, we ain't gonna see Corey until that motherfucking patch come out for Silent Hill 2 and that motherfucker stop shipping. Man, shout out to Corey though. That's my homie though. We just gotta stop with the dumb shit. That's all. We just don't. This is not the time for the dumb shit. It just isn't. And I'm not just talking to Corey. We talking to Trinket. We talking to everybody. I gotta kill out. You know. We're not taking the dumb shit is not going to work for gamers. We're on the side of gamers. We're not on the side of a brand. We're on the side of gamers. Scoop says, face it, people, the fix is in. The media won't allow a PlayStation exclusive to win Game of the Year if it can't help it. Remember who owns the majority of the gaming media now. Yeah, this is the problem. Outside of Golden Joystick, who normally airs earlier, I agree with you, Scoop. And we might simul play the Golden Joystick, but it seems like that the Game Awards does their show, and then now everybody else is falling in line. So the Game Awards has too much power, but like you said, the media darling. It's more about the media darling. The media darling right now is, trying to throw a sympathy bone to Xbox, even when they don't have anything out there. Let's nominate them for 12 different categories, or give them 12 different nominations. What the fuck? Come on now, stop it. Like fucking Call of Duty is nominated for sound. I'm hearing that the sound is horrible. But then Cold Blood alerted me that Call of Duty has its own additional sound. Sir, you got to pay $20 for. Come on, man. What are we doing here? Under no way, shape, or form. And I played Call of Duty. Yeah, the sound is poop diddly poop. Doesn't sound great. And it doesn't sound, when a bullet is flying, it doesn't feel choppy like. I don't feel that. The sound is not great. But they did that on purpose so you could pay the $20 to get the enhanced sound. Fucking crazy. There's no way that should be supported. Trunket says, nah, I'll buy it when it drops to 500. I'm good. Anyone that appreciates all, kudos to them though. Not worth it to me. Well, I mean, look, we're talking about the PlayStation 5 Pro. Here's what I will say. I'm not going to argue with that logic. I mean, I can throw out a question of, is there bias in there? Like, cause here's my thing. All you mofos.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, boss. if $700 Xbox would come on, he would have paid that.
Exactly. Fucking great minds think alike. That's exactly where I was going. You Xbox know if there was a $1,500 Xbox that didn't even do this, y'all would have bought it. Like, stop it. But going back to be fair, I'll go back and I'll address the logic in totality. Hold on one second. Yeah, so Yeah. But to be fair to the argument, I'll say this. Like I said in my video, where again, we're putting out video footage. We're not just saying shit and trying to make Xbox look good so Xbox can go, attaboy. The PlayStation 5 Pro, Mark Cerny said it as clear as day. It wasn't the best presentation, but he was very clear in the intent. If you're someone that came in this generation and you were expecting 4K 60, if you were expecting great visuals and great performance, you've realized that you couldn't get those together all the time. And more than anything, PlayStation did do a decent job of trying to provide you more performance modes. Why? Because Mark Cerny said that 75% of their gamers, when given the choice, they choose performance mode. Okay. So if your desire was to get great visuals, great performance, you're getting the best of both worlds. You're getting the best of the quality mode off the base and best of the performance modes off the base put together so you don't have to make a choice anymore. That's why you would get a PlayStation 5 Pro. And here's my argument. This is why I say, if you don't mind the current quality modes, or you don't mind the current performance modes, then yeah. And you don't have a desire to have the best of the best. Like if you're like, oh, these current quality modes are great to me, I don't have any issues, or what's wrong with Final Fantasy VII Rebirth performance mode? I think it's cool. It's good enough for me. What are you talking about? Like when I went to go get my PlayStation 5 Pro, I had to call an Uber because we only have one vehicle right now, and my wife, took the car to work, and I had to go get an Uber to go get it. And I was talking to the Uber driver, and the Uber driver was like, "Hold on, what's the PlayStation? What are you getting?" I was like, "I'm getting the PlayStation 5 Pro." He's like, "What's that? What does that do?" And I broke it down because he's like, "I got a PlayStation 5." You're like, "But what's the purpose of the Pro?" And I broke it down to him, and he was like, "You know what, bro? This is the first time I've ever heard of quality and performance modes. I just play, and I'm happy with what it is." So I was like, "Oh, well," and I had to tell him, I was like, "Well, someone like you don't need this. I mean, you'll probably be impressed." I said, "But you don't need this." He's like, "Yeah, I don't need." And he's like 30 frames, 60 frames. I don't even know what you're talking about, right? He's a casual gamer. Well, not but he's not like hardcore like us. So yeah, if you're someone like that, definitely. So I'm not going to argue against the logic. Here's what I am going to push back on. And I'm going to push back particularly on you, Trinket. I know you feel like, "Oh man, just keep picking on me, man." Trinket, you know why you bought an Xbox. You know why you bought an Xbox Series X. I'm going to assume that you have it, and I'm going to assume that you play. Even though I talk to the general mass of the Xbox community that don't play games, I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I'm going to on your side, and I'm going to assume that you do play games. And I'm going to assume that you have a Series X. You know what you were expecting out of that Series X. You know exactly what you thought you were going to get. You thought you were going to get the same shit that Aaron Greenberg told you when he was like, "Yeah, it's going to be 4K 60 out of the box." All the shit that Colt Eastwood, promised you, 40 to 50 frame deltas in Diller Gaming. Now y'all crying for him to come back and shit. I got something to tell you. Don't bank on it, and I'll just leave it at that. But the 40 to 50 frame deltas, yeah. All that shit, the tools. That's why I got an Xbox Series X. And the world's most powerful console, $50 now, $50 more than the PlayStation 5 digital. It's splitting hairs with new games. That has to be extremely disappointing. Extremely disappointing. So if Xbox said, "Hey, we got the Xbox Series X, XX coming out," you guys would have bought it up. You guys would have bought it up. If what I showed you guys in my video, your performance mode, you got more performance mode. If you didn't have to deal with Avowed being 30 frames per second at launch, or Starfield being, or Redfall, if your shit looked better at launch, right? If you didn't have to deal with all that dumb dog shit, you'd have paid $700 for it. You definitely would have. You definitely would have. It's a premier product. You'd have made all types of excuses for it, and you know you would have. So you sitting there saying, I don't think it's worth it. Outside of maybe if you don't play third-party games, because look, more games come to PlayStation. That's a fact. But if you don't play third-party games, if the bulk of your experience is Xbox games and or Game Pass, like you're cheap in that realm where you don't really buy games, you just wait for what's hitting Game Pass, or you're just engrossed by Xbox games, then outside of that, there's no excuse why you and Xbox, if you bought a Series X, you're null and void from the conversation of, oh, this thing isn't for me. Because you bought a Series X for a reason. PlayStation 5 didn't even give you those promises. They weren't out there sitting there saying 4K 60 was going to be the standard. The content creators weren't even talking about, 40 to 50 frame deltas. You know what I mean? And talking teraflops all like that. That was y'all. That was y'all doing that. Y'all did that. And based upon that, an Xbox Series X owner telling me, oh, I don't care. It's not worth it to me. I call bullpucky on that. I will say that the argument logically makes sense, but not for y'all. Period. Twisted Sin said, I did some research and found out that Katakawa is the one looking to be bought because most of the family founders are non-existent there. Oh, okay. That's what's up, Twisted Sin. Yeah, if it happens, I want to see the reaction by the community. They're trying to spin this and say, oh, all of you who sitting there saying consolidation. No. We're not the ones running podcast to podcast, tweet to tweet, week to week talking about, I hope Microsoft buys this. I hope Microsoft buys that. I want to see their reaction because you guys are the ones that are screaming consolidation all the time.
Uh-huh. Can I actually shout out PlayStation Cloud?
Yeah, definitely do that.
You know that you can just play games now that you have?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I do it all the time.
It's no longer you have to have it in the PS Plus bullshit there.
Yeah.
You just have to own it now.
Mm-hmm. Been like that for a few months, yep. Got a game. Like Stellar Blade was like one of the first games where they did that.
I just tried it and I can tell you the difference between the native version and the stream version.
Yep.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Bro, I can always tell the difference, not on PlayStation. Not at all.
Yep. Yeah.
And it was a fucking silent launch for this shit, bro. It wasn't like that.
Yeah. Oh. Yep. Because they're just
they don't even tell you. Oh, yeah. This is the PlayStation. This is the PlayStation.
Yeah.
They just launch that shit and keep quiet about it, bro.
Yeah, that's what I said. Sony is smart. Nintendo is smart. Like Nintendo, y'all don't even know this, but Nintendo, I only know this because I had someone within, very close to Google leak this to me. Last year, before they made the announcement. Nintendo signed a deal with, I forgot the name of the company. And the company that does their cloud gaming uses Google Games for Cloud, the thing that they use, that they converted to once they got rid of Stadia. So like Nintendo's doing stuff infrastructure wise on the low. This is not their main business. They're doing it smart. It's out there. That's why that whole argument about PlayStation Now didn't make any sense from Trinket. PlayStation knew that PlayStation Now needed to be operational. And me using the word dormant was over exaggerated. It needed to be operational, even if it wasn't a big pool, because they knew that usage on the cloud was starting to increase. And then once it got to a point to where there was a big cloud push again, they said, okay, now it's time for us to really put this out there, and they did the things that they did. But when it comes to cloud gaming and cloud infra, and this is why Xbox is so bad at this, because they just threw something in there. And they went with this idea of we're going to put Xboxes in the sky. They have the worst cloud service of all of the mainstream services out there. Out of the main cloud services out there, period. It's the worst. It's still stuck at 1080p. Even with the low bandwidth that Amazon Luna gives you, you can still play games at 4K 30. You can't do it on Xbox. Xbox is horrible. If you're a mainstream gamer, you try to play there. Even Doc, who is a big Xbox advocate, played it on the Fire Stick. It was like, this is trash. Xbox is just bad because they don't focus on something. They don't stay laser focused on it until they get it right. They're just trying to do too much. They were never like that. Well, here's the problem, Twisted Sin. People hear lawyer and they think he's an expertise in a bunch of stuff. Let me give you an example. I have degrees I have masters in certain parts of finance, right? Okay. Business finance, I do. I couldn't tell you nothing about a home loan. When me and my wife bought this house, she had to take charge. I don't know nothing about what do they call it? Residential banking. I can tell you everything about commercial banking, like the back. I could tell it to you in my sleep. I know nothing about residential banking at all. So just because he's a lawyer, like I don't even know what the fuck he's a lawyer in. Just because he's a lawyer in one field doesn't mean he just happens. I think he just happens to be a lawyer that likes gaming. You understand that there could be a lawyer in one field who's thrown into something else and he got to get advice from another lawyer. That doesn't. Lawyers, represent each other because they don't have a level of expertise in an area. Because there's so much to learn about the law. Like you don't know everything. Like an accident medical lawyer can't negotiate. You can't go to him to negotiate commercial property for you. You got to find a commercial property lawyer. So just because he's a lawyer, laws, especially in the United States, are so complicated. Doesn't mean he's a resident expert in all this other stuff. All the shit that he said, this is the proof is in the pudding. All the shit that he was saying about ABK and what it was going to do, for the most part, has been false. Go look at what he said in GameIndustry.biz and how it was going to propel Xbox. It was a lie. It was false. He didn't know what he's talking about. That's because we in this industry are too ignorant to stuff. We don't know what the fuck we're talking about. We don't know the business side enough. I urge people all the time to learn at least some basic stuff. But at the very least, here's what you got to do. If someone claims to be an expert in something, look at the predictions that they made and see how wrong they are. And if they're completely off keister, you know that they're just trying to use whatever position they have as a way, as a badge, as a false badge, to make it seem like there's some subject matter expert in something they're not. Like, I'm not gonna lie to you. When it came to buying a house, I mean, I did it decades ago. I can't remember none of that shit. My wife had to take care of everything. I just sat there and signed what I needed to sign. I knew nothing about what the fuck was going on. I couldn't tell you. Because it's a completely different set of shit going on over there. It's not all the same. He said he believed it would cost Sony $15 billion, but they are only worth $3 billion. Like, I mean, bro, just check his track record. That's all I gotta say. I remember post up, yeah, man, I'm going to go to Hoax Law Stream. I'm going to Hoax Law. Did Hoax Law tell you that cloud gaming was going to hold this up? Nope. A lawyer should have known that. A lawyer should have said, uh-oh. I told you that. I'm not a lawyer. I got videos on that. I told you that cloud gaming was going to hold this up. I'm not a lawyer. People throw away these titles like it actually means something. You got to have the experience in a particular field that we're talking about. If you don't, it doesn't matter what your title is. Or you got to at least have experience in a relevant field. You go back to Hoag's Law, go to GameIndustry.biz, go to a lot of these places. All the shit that he said did not come to fruition. That's all you need to know. I wouldn't say he's dumb. The people that are listening to him are not the sharpest because they're hung up on his title as a lawyer. He's not dumb, he's grifting. He's taking advantage of those that are dumb. That's what he's doing, Twisted Sin. He's taking advantage of those that are dumb. He's not dumb. That's just the way the internet works right now. The internet works by, okay, you guys are so gullible, you're so stupid, I'm going to sit there and pretend and play this role, put on a show, and if I get enough followers doing it, the rest of you just fall in line. Listen to the dumb shit that he said on GameIndustry.biz. We'll do it as a practice during a show one time. People got to stop being so damn gullible. Just listen to what he said. That's why receipts are so important. Listen to what he said prior to ABK. Look what's happened after ABK. That should tell you all. That's all you need to know in knowing that he's not to be paid attention to. And whatever that podcast is, maybe they're in on the grift. Who knows? But at least that either they're in on the grift or they're too stupid to recognize they should do better. Either or is either or is bad to me. I mean, unless you just listen to the podcast for entertainment purposes and nothing educational comes out of it. All right, but we got to go, folks. I got to get out of here. With that said, we're going to have the homie Cold Blood have the final word. Cold Blood, what are your thoughts on everything that happened today with Elden Ring and the Xbox community looking like hypocrites? What do you have to say to and Corey putting out a PFA on us? He's not going to show up till 2026. What are your thoughts on all this?
You know, I saw a tweet recently that made me go like, damn, that's some fact talking. It said the best platform right now for gaming is PlayStation 5, followed by Nintendo, followed by PC, then not owning any of those platforms at all, and then comes Xbox. When I saw that tweet, bro, I was like, damn. This is so true. Especially right now. Not having any platform is better than having that fucking Xbox. It opened my eyes, like, bro.
Yeah.
Actually, you can play Xbox on anything, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yep.
And
I agree.
not owning one is better than owning one. Damn.
Wow. That's funny. Well, That's the final word, folks. We're going to get out of here. I got a video coming up in less than 30 minutes. Definitely check it out. Hope you enjoy it. Until next time, have a wonderful gaming day. Thank you for coming through. Peace.